Spare
All right.
some change.
Spy change. So yeah. So to continue the recap here. So essentially, you guys are now in Recruiter Heights. You're being recruited by Abby Dines, who is the leader of the Neighborhood Watch. She has asked you and your team to steal an experimental, well, I should say, a briefcase with something in there that she is looking to procure. And she did say that if you find anything else in the vault, feel free to take that if you wish. She doesn't care. She just wants what's in the briefcase. So, at this point, what I will do is I will introduce uh, Morgak's character, who is VI Bullet, if I am correct.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna say that you were part. You just kind of like joined the Neighborhood Watch recently. You're kind of like a new recruit for them. You were looking for some work to do, and they offered you a job. And they just told you that we've got a crew that we're getting together to do this heist. Are you interested? And you're like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. So this is kind of like your introduction to the other group. So go ahead and introduce your character for us, would you?
Oh, okay. I'm a bit lost here because I watched the what happened last time. Apparently, I thought my guy was out doing a detective bit.
Yeah,
That's why he wasn't with the group.
yeah. So you essentially what we said is like you were out to save a cat from a tree, which is basically code for your
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
yeah. You were catching some guy in some fidelity, and you were taking some pictures for his wife to as evidence to use as evidence in the divorce proceedings because she figured he was cheating on her. So that's kind of like what you were doing at the time. And then we're gonna say that Abby kind of like gave you a call because she knows who you are, and she asked if you wanted to help with a job that she's got for you.
It's very out of the realm of private eye business, but all right, I guess.
Yeah, she figures with your investigative abilities, you could be an asset to the team. So she asked you to come meet her at the hideout in the warehouse. So we'll say that you meet around the same time everyone else joins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a private eye, basically, then.
Yeah, private eye. From what I recall, ex-partner with Johnny Two Tone
Yep.
struck out on his own because really got sick of that accent after a while.
Yeah. She.
They're both
Uh,
crazy.
So basically, you
Mhm.
have like your own PI firm that you've opened up recently, and you're trying to strike out on your own and make some money.
Yeah, so it looks like your stereotypical LA noir type trench coat, hat. Everything seems gloomy around him. You don't know if that's just, hanging around Two Tones for so long or his own personal flair.
You're not black and white, are you?
That's what I'm debating on whether or not he somehow became black and white. Just being around Two Tones too often, it just fucking happened one day. And it's like, what the hell?
Your contrast has been drained significantly.
My emotional state is completely depleted. I'm trying to regain my color.
Yeah, like ever so often you'll hear some like very forlorning kind of like trombone in the background as you kind of like turn and smolder.
I was going to say, everybody better get accustomed to smooth jazz in the background wherever VI Bullet goes.
80s American music.
You just look outside the window forlorning. It's like
I keep him around, keeps the theme going.
Grandpa shut the
Just-
music upstairs.
It's always raining
Just
when
have
you're
a-
around, isn't it?
What's that?
It's always raining when you're around.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
one of my powers. Yeah,
it's like always overcast around him.
I'm sure
that's
that's
how
what
everybody
Nick
knows
said
I'm
a
coming.
minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's VI Bullet in a nutshell.
Cool. All right, so
Okay.
you guys get introduced to VI Bullet through Abby, and she will go over the issues that you guys are going to be running into when you go to the ball. So, issue number 1. She has on good authority that the terrific trio will be in attendance. So they are the leaders, basically the head mascots, we'll call, of the SHL, that are going to be there for the charity. Supposedly they are there to auction off some SHL memorabilia to the higher ups, the fancy pants people that'll be there, and that money's going to go towards the orphans of Venture City, essentially. So there's going to be three superheroes there. There's going to be Lady Cheryl Shadow, who is well known to be able to use shadows to attack with and teleport through. So pretty much identical to your friend. And then you have Dr. Victor von Etten, who is a known physicist and chemist and biologist. So he got 3 PhDs by the age of 12. Go figure.
Oh, God.
He suffered, this is his background, he suffered a chemical accident that left him permanently, we'll say, cold-blooded. So it's to the extreme that he has to wear this giant metal suit to keep his body from literally melting. So he has to wear that. And then we have Major Marvel, who is the head of the Terrific Trio. He is known to have super strength as well as flight, among possibly some other unknown abilities that he's able to do. But those are the three that are going to be showing up. So Abby highly recommends not causing a huge ruckus and causing collateral damage, or at the very most, make sure no innocent civilians get hurt or killed. If you were to do something along those lines, there's a strong possibility that these Terrific Trio will intervene, and they are not to be meddled with.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What does by ruckus is considered? Because I was thinking about great distraction.
So ruckus would be along the lines of causing collateral damage, like destruction of
Well,
property, or injuring or killing anybody at the ball is definitely not on the table. Incapacitate.
Essentially, civilians are not. Oh, shoot, I forgot the word. Civilians are not expendable in this situation.
No, definitely not. You do not want to be killing any of these people, especially considering where the fact that majority of them, if not all, are very affluent, very influential people of power. Politicians, rich people, just like the creme de la creme will be showing up at this charity ball. So injuring or killing them will not only infer great legal costs to you, but also significant jail time, if not death penalty if you were to kill any of them as well.
So I need to get my silky shirt.
Yeah, fair. So essentially, your obstacles are going to be getting into the vault. Well, first off, it's finding the vault, getting into it, and turning off the security protocols that surround the vault so it'll make it easier for you to actually access it. So the objectives are as follows. You will need to steal the main security key card from the head of security to access the security room as laid out in Objective 1. So the head of security has been stationed in the family room, which is basically the main ballroom where everyone will be situated and drinking and eating. Then you will need to take that key card to Objective 2, which is designated as the pantry in this, but it's the security room. In the security room, you will need to turn off the security deterrents to the vault room. And the vault room is located in Objective 4, where it says 2-car garage. Now, there is also another objective. After you get into the security room, turn off the security, and get into the garage, you will need to locate the vault because it will be hidden. And you will also need a passcode to get into the vault, which is the final level of security. in order to get the passcode, you will need to take this, and she hands you a USB stick, and you'll need to plug it into the home computer in the home office, which is objective 3. So that will allow Phantom Bite, that kid hacker, to get into the security system and provide you a passcode to get into the vault. After the passcode's provided, you guys will just grab the briefcase and leave. So, the mission is complete when all surviving members have left the mansion together with the briefcase.
That sounds a bit too complicated. I'll do the distraction part and you people think about the other stuff. If you ever need me to put my hand into something to, stop laser from cutting your arm, but mine, you can call me. But I need, for distraction. So I would need a bit hefty sum if I were to order those furniture from Austria. I would say, I think it's too expensive for you people, but $100? Alright, I'll do it for 80. I didn't have to take 20 for myself.
Sorry, I missed that. I was thinking.
So what kind of distraction is Mitar going to provide?
Oh, you'll see when I get there.
It's a surprise. I like surprises. Okay.
It's always a surprise.
So, we can go over the objectives again, too, if you guys need to know about that. I will post it in the chat just to make it a little easier. So, Those are the objectives that you guys are going to need to do. The map that I provided you there designates where those objectives are. And I will also have you guys moving around on the map on roll 20 to place your pawns, essentially, to tell me where you guys are going, what you're doing. And I will also say that Abby provides you a count of the security guards as well. There will be 6 security guards stationed in various parts of the house, guarding specific areas. So you have the doorman, you have the head of security in the ballroom, you'll have a gentleman guarding the home office, most likely there will be security inside the security room, and then there will be a security guard posted in front of the 2-car garage as well to keep people from straying too far from the party. Any areas that are not designated as 1 or the covered lounge in the front are considered off limits to all guests. So if you stray from section 1, the objective 1, as well as the covered porch or lounge area, you will be turned back because you're not supposed to be entering in that area. If any security notices you there, you'll probably just get one warning, and then after that you'll probably be tossed from the party for wandering too far. So the other thing I do want to mention is Abby said don't kill anybody. She didn't say don't incapacitate. If you can take out someone quietly without anyone noticing and stashing their unconscious body somewhere where they will not be found, most likely, that is a possibility. But you cannot kill anyone. She emphasizes this. Any killing will not go over well.
Cool.
Especially since you have 3 superheroes there that may intervene if anything were to happen to those people.
VI Bullet.
Yeah.
What powers do you have?
I'm very good at keeping people alive in weather.
Ah, right. Okay, weather.
Also, Abby, how many other people attempted this sort of heist before?
So Abby says that she did have one person in mind, but she hasn't been able to get a hold of them. So you are basically her plan B.
Ah, yes, the good old cannon fodder.
She has all the confidence in the world that you will be able to pull this off, provided you're careful.
What does my grandpa says?
Grandpa says this is a fucking trap.
What are you asking your grandpa exactly? What are you posing to him?
So, Well, actually, I'll keep it for now. I won't use it yet.
Okay, you're gonna hold off. No problem.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, it says once per scene, but yeah, I won't use it now.
You want to use it now?
Well, if I can use it later on, sure.
Well, yeah, like when the scene changes, then it will reset it. So, what would you ask your grandpa now?
Is there anything in particular, like anything unexpected we should prepare for? Like, should I buy something? Like in just in case I need it.
I'd recommend buying a helmet for your stupid head.
Shut up, you old bastard.
Haven't been able to make me yet, Shunny.
I'll find a way.
Remember in the old days where you came over, sat on my lap, and I stuffed haggis down your throat? That was good times for me.
Ah, yes, childhood. Almost made me nostalgic.
Yeah, especially when you almost threw it up all over my lap and I gave you a spanking with a switch. That was funny.
Ah, it was. I still hate you for that.
Well, I'm going to take a nap now. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Why am I talking Scottish now? Fuck me.
You just hear like the occasional snore in your ear before you just like tune it out.
Probably.
For Scotland!
As long as we don't start hearing bagpipes out of nowhere.
Shit.
No, this
Does
is all
anybody
in
have
his
any
head.
semblance of a plan?
Yeah, his visions are manifested by his grandpa, who is apparently for some reason Scottish. So, yeah, it do be like that.
Mhm.
Right. So I need to get on my contacts and buy proper stuff for the distraction. Do we need anything else? I need to buy petrol. Of course.
Dettol.
All right, what part of the building are you lighting on fire?
No building on fire because no civilians to be injured. For fuck's sake, where do we live if no civilians can be injured? That's common thing. But
What
I
do you
can
need the
buy
gas for?
just in case. You always
You
can
want-
find a use for gas. Did I ever told you a story how I went to a party with 2 canisters of petrol?
About 7 times you've told me this story.
Ah, right. It's like my grandpa. I like to retell the same stories all the time. Right. Anyways, anything else do we need?
Right. My plan is I'm going to try and take the head of security. I'm going to read his mind to see where he's got his key, and then I'm going
Oh,
to
you can do that.
probably use, yes, it's not my main power, but I'll give it a go. And then try and remove his key by telekinesis.
That can work.
That's a fancy magic trick.
It is, yeah.
Right, but how do we pass through the security people?
Well, if you're going to provide a distraction, if you can make them panic enough and say, just, yeah, just run in there and tell them to see to the
Now
problem.
I see. Yeah, I see how I can utilize that petrol.
I have a
It's
feeling
all
this is
coming
going to go
together.
very well.
It will. It will. I promise you
It'll
that.
probably work. It'll probably work with the pantry, but I think it might be getting a bit old by the time we get to the office. Maybe a private investigator would be able to access the Home Office.
Yeah,
That's a good
when
question.
the
Would I be able to?
I mean, if we're talking PI, we're going to assume that you probably have some tools that you can get into inaccessible places, especially through doors.
I also have a crowbar in my backside of the car.
I was going to say, I have a +3 in contacts. Can't I have somebody on the inside?
I mean, technically, you guys already do have someone on the inside if you're able to get inside with them. Hence the USB stick that Abby provided you. If you can get that into a computer at the home office, Phantom Bite can hack into their system and find you that passcode. That's his job. And he can
Wouldn't the
also
head of security wouldn't the head of security know the passcode, or does it change or something?
it most likely it changes. It's like those like Google authentication
Yeah.
system. You put in
Yeah.
like your code and it resets every 30 seconds. That kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
two-step verification, but for a giant vault.
Giant hidden vault.
Yeah.
Who is
Yeah.
the host of the
Yeah.
party?
The host of the party's name is Reginald Wyndham III.
Wilden. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Reginald something.
Yeah, he
Doesn't-
is this
doesn't
year's
matter.
host of
Reginald Wilden.
the Crystal Chandelier Charity Ball. He's this year's host of that. He's about 70 years old. He's about average build. He has two children. Gideon Wyndham, who is Reginald's son at 21 years old, who's a skinny kid. And then he has Emily Wyndham, who is about 11 or 12-year-old girl. The wife had passed away from a unknown illness, so it's just him and the kids right now.
All right.
Okay. Hmm. So I think we can possibly do the first three.
Yeah, when it comes to searching for things, we can try, but I don't.
I
know if
might
it's
be able.
reliable,
I
man.
might be able to get the vault location out of the head of security. Do you have a name for the head of security?
Jim? As I look on my random NPC
Definitely
name
prepared.
generator, it's Jim.
Excellent. And
It's Jim with a Y, by the way. He's fancy like that.
Gotcha.
His
Jim
full
with a
name is
Y.
Jim.
and when's his birthday? So Snacks, when's his birthday?
Why is that relevant?
Because I'm fucking with
Oh, you just want to test me. Fine. March 3rd.
what year?
1973, March 3rd.
Old bastard. All right.
What's his maternal last name for his mother?
The maiden
I wrote-
name? His mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
Timothy.
Nice.
Okay.
I roll contacts. What's his social security number?
Don't have
I
that.
buy his information off the dark web.
What's his primary email?
Do we know what he looks like?
No, you do not.
Hmm.
I'm writing
That's
all
gonna be
this
tricky.
down in case it comes back to bite me in the ass.
Listen, I'm just saying, if we have his social number, we can use that as blackmail to get code.
Unlikely.
Aren't you a detective? Well, makes sense.
Hmm. How will we recognize him?
Probably from his name tag.
Oh, he's got a name tag. That's right. especially if it's Jim with a Y.
Yeah, it's Jim with a Y. So his name tag will literally say Jimothy Timothy, born March 3rd, 1973, blood type A positive. Social security number ends in 562. There you go. That's a big name tag.
Lots of stars in that. Yeah.
Smithy for
Okay.
Verben Jegen Van Jensen. The third.
I can't wait for all this to come up next session.
Oh, trust me, I expect it to. That's why I'm taking notes. This is going to be the most well-developed nameless NPC I've ever had. And then
And
he's
then
going to
Lydia's
die in this one session, and I'm going to be like, well, that
No.
was a waste.
And then Lydia's
would
gonna just
activate him.
pop out and stab him in the neck.
Yep,
You know?
I can foresee that.
No, we can't kill him.
All the effort I put into
No.
developing his
The
backstory.
civilians. We can't kill the civilians. The security
security
aren't
counts.
civilian.
The security
I
counts.
don't know. I disagree.
He's
All
got
right.
kids.
You can disagree all you want, but you'll find out real quick what happens if you do that.
Hey man, I'm not saying I'm killing the security. I'm
This is
just
fair.
saying someone will.
Yeah, I have a sense that Owen is going to just randomly manifest out of a toilet seat and then stab a guy.
Oh, God.
Like
Is
she
that gonna be
does.
that's going to be the new well.
Yeah, this is the new well. She navigates the security system, the sewage systems, and comes out of like toilets and
And the
porta
shadows
potties
in the
like a
sewage
shadow.
I mean, we really just, from her shadow powers, that's all we really need here. Is just have her
Yeah,
know
Yes.
when
so, like,
shadow sneak,
Nice
shadow sneak,
lady
shadow
here,
sneak.
that'd be much
Pretty
better.
much.
Like, we can just wait, sit this one out, and let her have a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, even if we don't finish it, if I can get the security code out of Jim's head, the key.
Yeah, most likely he's carrying his security card with him. So if you were able to nick that without him noticing, that's a possibility. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So any other plan you guys want to do before you head over?
From what I recall
Not that
from
I can
watching the
think.
video last time, we have disguises or something.
Not technically. What you have are basically invites that they were able to forge for you. So these invites, think of it as like a QR code. Each guest has this invite with a QR code on it that indicates who the guest is. So they, Fantabite basically hacked into their invite system.
Invite list, the
Their
guest
invite
list.
list. Yeah, he hacked into the guest list, added your names to it, made you QR codes on an invite card, and those are what you present to the person at the front of the door, and they'll just scan it and let you in if it works. If it don't, that might be a problem. But Fantabite is very confident in his abilities, so he doesn't expect anything to go wrong whatsoever. But then again, he's a 13-year-old kid, so what does he know?
I was gonna say everything's
And he
going to
ain't
go
going.
wrong, Smack.
We'll find our way in.
Okay. Well, just walk into the front door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll walk in through the front door. We'll act like we own the place, as we do, and
Yeah,
then
you just dress like you are a, telecom service worker. Then say something is broken, and then you can get a free pass in. Works 1,000 times.
Yep, there is that.
all you got to do is act with confidence.
Empathy provoked.
Precisely.
Right.
See, Poirot knows how it works.
Yeah, he sounds very French to me, to be honest.
Belgian.
Oh, Belgian. Oh, Perot's Belgian. I thought he was French. Well, excusez-moi.
I believe he's Belgian, but like, don't keep my word for objective truth.
Fair. Of course. See, this stuff should not be copywritten, but apparently it is. Who knew Waltz's was copywritten? Trying to get some like ambiance going, and of course the thing is like, nope, can't listen to that.
I've just got the Halo 3 ODST piano and rain for 8 hours. Really gets into that detective noir style.
Oh, I believe you. All right, well, we'll try this. If you guys want to listen in, feel free. Like I said, if you don't, that's fine too. I'll just pop this in and hopefully this works. So, we're just going to go ahead and skip that. There we go. All right. Fancy music. 11 hours of it, which should not take that long anyway. Okay, so you guys head to the Regency Estates, a very affluent neighborhood. You enter into the main hallway, so you kind of go enter in through this to the center here. And as you enter the main hall, you already see the party is in full swing. Waiters are carrying sparkling wine and hors d'oeuvres and weave gracefully around the guests, while a pianist is sitting in the corner playing on a mini grand piano. You notice the host, Reginald Wyndham III, speaking to a shorter, stout man with a pot belly. This man's hair is in a crew cut, and on his hip is a gun in a holster. He doesn't look like he's a part of the security detail handling the ball, but possibly someone more influential. A little blonde girl, no more than maybe 11 years old, rushes towards Reginald, tugging on his lapel, asking to play. Reginald bends down and says he's busy right now, but to go find her brother. Dejected, the girl stomps away and through the double doors to the west wing of the house. The stout man speaks up. My, Wyndham. Emily seems to have recovered quickly from the illness your wife had, God rest her soul. Wyndham, still looking at the doors Emily went through, replies, Yes, I am blessed with her presence every day. Wyndham then turns to the man. Now, there's something I must discuss with you, Henry. Something that requires your expertise. And the both men walk out of earshot. So, what do you guys do first?
I wait for people to, for my colleagues to approve the distraction beginning part so I can, engage.
Okay.
I want
That's
to
a quick
read
question.
Wyndham's mind.
Okay. So
Because there's obviously something going on here.
what would you have to roll for that?
If I'm going to read it, that would be to get information. Well, there's let's have a look. We don't know. Keep scrolling past a bit I want to read. Empathy is going to their feeling, investigate down deep into thoughts and memories. Notice picks up surface thoughts, so notice presumably, which I have at 3.
Okay. So you just use your power to read the surface thoughts of an individual?
Yep. Okay. Rolling on notice.
Okay. 4.
And I roll
So,
4.
do they roll for to resist this, or is it just a...
If they are aware that I'm trying, they can oppose with will.
Okay, well, he would obviously not be aware that someone's trying to read his thoughts, so that's fine. So what exactly are you trying to glean? Are you just reading his surface thoughts to see what he's currently thinking?
Yeah, because he's bound to be thinking about what they're going to be talking about.
Right. So just on what you're able to glean from his mind, he has concern over his son specifically in regards to a gang that he has joined recently, and he is looking to Henry for advice on how to deal with such an issue.
Okay. That's interesting. It doesn't really do us any good, but it's worth a try.
Yeah. So, VI Bullet, what
That
are you
might
doing
come up
right
later.
I have a quick question. Do we have earpieces so we can communicate with each other when we're over distance?
Yes, in the previous episode, you guys would have been given earpieces to communicate with each other, as well as
Nice.
Phantom Bite, who will be assisting you guys with the heist.
Right. Hello?
I don't really have anything I can think of for me to do. I'll just blend with the crowd for now and wait for a distraction to happen or somebody to get killed. So
Great plan. I love
Okay.
it.
While we're waiting for the distraction, I'm going to do some more mind reading. I'm going to try and locate Jim.
Okay.
So I'm going to mingle.
can I help him with that? Sorry.
Sure.
Probably quite good at being
Yeah,
a
so
former aristocrat.
I would say both of you could roll for notice, because that's kind of like you're trying to
Yeah.
suss someone out of a
Okay.
crowd, someone specific.
Can I argue for investigate?
Investigate is more
If not, that's cool, but-
specific. I would say notice would
Okay.
be more broad. Is what you're using.
Notice.
Investigate would be like in a room looking for a specific clue or item type of thing.
Gotcha. Ooh, sure.
Okay, so Midas, you're just like looking, and you completely get distracted by this woman wearing a long red sequin dress that is very silky and very slinky. She's kind of making her way up near a small stage to the front, and you kind of get distracted by her swagger a little.
Okay.
Then VI Bullet, far more focused in his endeavors, manages to find a gentleman dressed up in a red vest and black suit jacket similar to a lot of the other security in the area. And he does have a name tag that says Jimothy, head of security, blood type A positive,
I
born
was
March
just about to say,
March
Smacks.
3rd,
Give me that social.
1973. Security, let's hold on. I wrote it down here. Social security number ending in 562. See? Got it all down. It's a rather large, unusual name tag, but you were able to spot him nonetheless.
Bullet seeing the name tag. I had noticed that name tag anyway. I point him out to meet us.
I will ask, do I also see him, Smacks?
Well, you can roll for notice, yeah.
Please don't get in a fight with the security guard, dude.
I actually need him.
Oh no.
Yes,
Nice.
you notice him as well. Both you and VI Bullet notice.
Alright, I walk up to him. Oh, Jimothy, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Do I know you?
Oh yes, I'm an invited guest. I called you yesterday to talk about the people that will accompany me, right?
I do not recall
You know, the music.
such conversation.
Oh, come on, you recall them. You know, the music that I called. Hold on, actually, I think they arrived. So, he walks outside and, like, he'll try to, like, give notice to, like, VI Bullet or anybody else that distraction he's starting, like, prepare for action. So he's gonna go outside and whistle really loud. Now, Snakes, I need to hijack the music. I'll send you the link.
Oh, goody.
Okay. Will I have noticed this by any chance?
You probably heard the whistle.
Yes, you definitely. So you would have seen Mitar go up to Jimothy, start a conversation, and then immediately go outside the main entrance and whistle very loudly. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and attempt to play this. I don't know if it's gonna.
Don't worry, no god will ever copyright this. So.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Let's go ahead and just play that now, shall we? Oh, lovely.
You see 15 people going on with music and carrying some quite large objects, like, you know, furniture, boxes with some sweets, apparently.
Did
You know, stuff like that.
Did
like,
you? Okay. Did you invite a gypsy band? Is that what you
Yup.
did? Okay.
And
So a bunch of gypsies just randomly show up with all these instruments and like fiddles and like a cello and guitar and small toy piano.
Exactly.
A Casio, a small Casio that runs on little batteries. And then a lady just shows up randomly and starts singing in the courtyard. Okay.
Presenting this furniture. And for our great and esteemed
Oh.
host, we have the greatest, finest Master Bullis furniture straight from Vienna. It costs a bloody fortune and I'm indebted for 50 years for every dollar I spent on them.
Are we basically seeing like this guy with like a 1980s camcorder and this like random like short gypsy man in like a really cheap suit just like saying like, look at all the furniture I sell 50% off for you, very good, yes?
Yeah, exactly,
Please.
but you see also 5 like strongmen carrying all of those things inside.
I'm so
Please
glad
tell
they
me you have a
plastered their
microphone
telephone.
with you.
Yeah, it's just like a battery run microphone as well. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad that they plastered the entire like telephone number across
should
the
sing
screen
that
like that
number in the
too.
song, like
Great.
+43699 1162847. That's part of the song. You won't believe it.
That does not sound like a toll-free number, but I'm sure plenty of people will be very interested in purchasing this fine furniture that has
Yeah.
not at all been stolen off the back of a truck.
Viewer's discretion, please do not call this number.
I wanted to call it once, but I think they changed it. So yeah.
This is fair.
Said this day in my
Probably
life.
because they found out it was stolen off the back of a truck.
Hey, as long as it's not closed store, like, I don't know. But yeah, basically he's like presenting all that furniture and saying, and we have special gifts for our almighty host. First thing coming, oven smederevats, the best thing ever you can use for cooking, for warming up your home, whatever. Let me just put a link.
Oh no.
All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna say that distraction was considerable.
No, wait, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done. Oh, there's more.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
for
I know.
kids Yum
There's
Suckers,
always
the most tasty cookies in the world.
Oh, even more. Okay, so now we're onto the baking
For our
baking
yeah, he's
aspect of
presenting all
it.
of these things, and like strong winds are carrying boxes of like those things, like showing the the oven.
Lovely, just lovely. So they just like randomly show up with like an oven in the middle of like a courtyard.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're presenting and walking it all the way inside.
Oh,
We
great.
have
Um,
Vinyak Rubin, the
so-
finest drink.
Definitely, the security detail will start barring them from entry. They are clearly
for Alex,
uninvited
nice.
guests. They are
And
not.
for the funniest thing, and like I winked to one of the guys, and like he accidentally, by quote unquote, spills petrol on Mitar, and like because the guy next to him is trying to light his cigar, he blows up in flame and starts and runs inside. Oh my god, I'm burning.
Okay, before we do that,
Okay.
before that all happens, yeah, so we're gonna say the security detail is barring entry. Immediately, I'm assuming both Midas and VI Bullet are watching this spectacle, going, "What on earth is going on here?" And then Mitar, being the wisest of the three of you, gives you a serendipitous wink, as in like, "This is the plan." And he winks at you,
Yeah.
and immediately he gets doused in petrol and bursts into flames, starting to try and run back into the house on fire. Now,
Okay.
it's very obvious that the security detail is very confused and horrified of what's just occurred. One of them immediately runs to the nearest fire extinguisher to grab it and put out the man that's on fire currently. There are plenty of guests now gawking at the scene. Several are horrified. Quite a few of them are beginning to panic a little and trying to exit through other areas of the room. So, back to...
Also, Smex, can I run into like curtains or carpets and whatever so they can catch on fire too?
We are going to say that you are going to attempt to do that. So,
Okay,
I will
works.
say roll for athletics.
Oh shit.
So you immediately
Oh, no.
try to
Spend a
stand
fate
up.
point.
You immediately try to stand up, but a nearby guest grabs well, I should say tears off one of the curtains in the nearby windows and smothers you on the
shit.
ground with it to try and put the fire out. And while that's happening, another security guard is actually going to grab a fire extinguisher and try and put you out using that as well. So, while that's going on, Midas and VI
I'm
Bullet...
going to read mine.
Okay, so Midas, whose mind are you reading?
I'm reading Jim with a wise mind to find out. So I'm going to do a deep read, which is investigate.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to try and find out where that key card is, and then I'm going to try and get it out,
Okay.
get it off him.
So once you get
So-
past the surface thoughts of what the fuck, what the shit, you you manage to glean that he has his security card on his hip, and it's attached
On
to
his
like
hip.
you know one of those lines that attach to a security guard.
Oh,
You pull
one
it
of-
out.
yeah.
It's like clipped onto his belt, so he just kind of pulls it, scans it, and then it snaps back onto his hip. That kind of thing. So that's what he has.
Mm. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell VI Bullet just in case he has an idea, because I'm not sure how to get that off. We need to pull it and cut the cord.
Wait,
Okay.
can you use your psychic powers to like pull it and then unclip it?
Yeah. So
In
he's
theory,
he's attempting to pull the key card, and then I'm assuming you're looking for VI Bullet to just kind of cut it with something.
if that's doable, yes.
Okay. So
If you've got anything to cut it with, I mean, you're a
I'm going.
PI. You should have some
I'm
tools.
going to make this a challenge rating of 2 because he is distracted. So first, Midas, I'm
Yeah.
going to get you to roll for stealth to try and psychically pull it So there's like a
Oh,
string.
stealth.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Because we're gonna see if he notices the pull on his key card.
Yeah. Hang on. This is going to be a mediocre. Is that wrong? Let's try it. Hey,
look at
hey, got
that.
2.
Okay, so when you meet it, you succeed, but at a minor cost. So we're gonna say that yes, you're able to psychically pull the key card out just enough, but unfortunately, your hold on it isn't as good as you thought, and you lose control over the key card, and it wraps itself kind of like around like one of these like little staircases. So like it gets hooked onto something. So he goes to, because he's the one, we're gonna say he was the one that was going to get the fire extinguisher. So he goes to get the fire extinguisher, and he runs over to Mitar, but his key card is stuck on the banner, or the banister here, and he yanks it so hard that he manages to lose balance and drop on his back with the fire extinguisher, hitting him in the head, knocking him unconscious.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah.
My God, I'm burning.
All right, so VI Bullet, you see your friend try and get the key card, and then you see the head of security just get caught on a banister and fall down and get knocked unconscious by the fire extinguisher. What are you doing?
All right. What would it be if I'm trying to go over and check on him, but in the process of check on him, also snag the key card?
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have you roll for stealth as well. We're going to make this a 2 as well, just to see if you can pocket it without anyone noticing, which I don't expect to be too difficult. I hope.
How does spending fate points work? You can just add 2 to a roll if you invoke an aspect?
Yeah.
Right. So if you have an aspect that allows you, or you think would allow you to get a bonus on it, you would roll first to see if you pass the challenge. If you don't, then you can invoke an aspect and try to convince me that the aspect is valid for the situation. If it isn't, you
I'm
get
just
a +2.
preparing for worst case scenario. That's all.
Of course. That's what a PI does.
Exactly. Oh shit.
Oh, easily. Okay, so yeah,
Wow.
you go over to check on him. You realize the key card has unraveled itself from the banister and is still attached to his hip. So you go in and kind of like check the pulse with one hand, and then the other hand you kind of sleight of hand the key card into your trench coat.
I do that very quickly and then yell out, "Does anybody know? Is there a doctor in the house?" As I also go over and grab the fire extinguisher off of him, looking like I'm still keeping busy.
Right. Immediately a man runs up. He's got like he's bald with these like giant kind of like Coke bottle spectacles. Like, I am a doctor. I am an orthodontist. How may I be of assistance?
Get this man awake and conscious. I point at the
God,
unconscious
please.
security guy. And then I walk over to another random person in the crowd and shove the fire extinguisher in his hand and say, "Go extinguish that man for being on fire." And then I
Please,
went
God,
back into the crowd.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Anything but dentists.
so yeah, the man who's the orthodontist goes over to the security guard and is like, "It's just so happens that I have a EpiPen with me some reason." And then he stabs him in the leg with the EpiPen. It's like, this possibly may not work at all whatsoever, but I will try it anyway. And then the man...
Oh, go ahead, go.
So the man, now filled with adrenaline from an EpiPen, immediately comes to and starts to suffer a mild heart attack because it's an EpiPen. And now the orthodontist is panicking. And he's like, oh no, what have I done? Is there a real doctor in the house?
Okay.
So yeah.
While
These men, I told you people would die. It just wouldn't be me.
I'm just making it worse for myself, honestly. I should just stop while I'm behind, honestly. So yeah, everyone is thoroughly distracted. We will say that the person that you shove the fire extinguisher puts out Mitar with fairly easily.
Trying to like escape.
Yeah.
Like set things on fire if possible. Like, but you know.
Okay, so I'll have you roll for fight because you're trying to wrestle yourself free from the person who's extinguishing you with the curtain at the moment.
Yeah, fair. All right. Oh no.
Oh, easily. So we're gonna say most of the flames are put out with the curtain. However, you easily escape the grasp of this person, and another person who's like right in front of you is holding up the fire extinguisher, ready to put out what's left of the flames. What do you do?
He'll try to like I figured this floor is like squeaky
Slippery.
clean, so he can like squeal is like,
Slide along.
oh, please water, not that, I'm allergic. And like he'll try to like avoid the fire extinguisher.
All right, so you're gonna roll athletics, and just for funsies, I'm gonna roll shoot because technically this is how it works. So,
Yeah, fair.
yeah. So you roll your athletics. You got a 1. I'm gonna roll the shoot. If they get higher than 1, they're gonna hit you with the fire extinguisher. They got a 0. Of course they did. All right, so you quickly dodge the fire extinguisher as it goes off in the face of the now conscious head of security. Takes a face full of this fire extinguisher repellent. I really feel sorry for Jimothy. He's taken the brunt of this today.
Yeah.
So the chaos that's currently ensuing right now, you have several security guards now showing up from seemingly nowhere, attempting to restrain Mitar and put out the flames from his panic.
Right. Can I just say to Bullet, go to the security room, run to the security room, tell them there's somebody on fire, somebody trying to set the house on fire, quick go see it, and then they'll go and you can use the car.
I was gonna say I'm waiting until Smax is done with his description of what's going on, but after I handed off the fire extinguisher, I was making my way over to the
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
security room.
We will say that. So we're going to say that you guys are now... I'm going to move you over to the blueprints here so you can place yourself. So essentially what we have right now, we're just going to pretend that these two are not here at the moment. So, yeah, Mitar, you are in the family area burning. Midas is also in the family area. We're going to say that there are several guards in that area as well. And then VI Bullet, you're making your way downtown, walking fast. No. Over to the security room. So what do? You just knock on the door?
Oh, is there somebody in there?
You don't know.
I suppose that's fair. We'll try knocking first. We'll see if we can get the whole panic-stricken thing going.
Okay, sure. So the door does open and there's a single security guard in the room. He's like, yes? May I help you?
I'm going to... I'm very bad at acting in real life. But I'm essentially going to try to be panicky and say, there's somebody on fire in the main foyer. The head of security just got knocked out and stabbed by some orthodontist person. You need to get out there and do your job, man.
All right. Roll for deceive.
Cool.
See how you do.
Even with that +1. Oh, God.
-1.
I want to invoke something. I just don't know what would work here.
What do you got?
Let's see. I've got Striking Out Private Eye, Johnny Two Tone's ex-partner. I feel like maybe using that because we use shenanigans in order to get the job done.
That's a bit of a stretch. What else do you have for an aspect? Do you have any more?
The Hired Muscle Meet Us, 1920s colorless and rainy. And I have another one that's just I'm bored because I couldn't think of anything else.
I don't think that would apply to this. So the security guard will point to the monitors and saying they're taking care of it, and you'll see like him pointing to the monitor where the foyer is, and there's 3 security guards attempting to calm the situation. I need to stay at my post. Please return to the party. We will get more people over there if we need to. But right now I want you to remain calm and then go back to where you were. We have the situation under control.
Attack him. Hired logic.
Shoot, I don't know. What can I do here aside from, attack him with rain power?
I mean,
fuse him.
You're a private eye. Can't you punch him out?
No,
Mm.
I have no fight. I am supposed to be the support via healing and weather power.
Ah, right. Hmm.
Do you want to say that you made your way with me over here? Because we technically have to bounce from here over to the home office.
Well, we were together, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Midas, we could say you could go check on him while they're putting the fire out on Matar, because he seems to have successfully been a distraction.
Masterclass distraction.
Yes. So yeah, Midas, what do you want to do?
Okay. I'm going to be much
Can we-
more panic-stricken, and just to sort of shout, "For God's sake, man! Your partner's on fire! Yeah, get in there now before he dies!"
Okay, I want you to roll it. You roll a deceive and see how you do for that. Slightly better.
That's better than mine.
Slightly better. Can I use the aspect black sheep of the family to make it more convincing?
How would you use that as a way to convince?
Oh, because I'm just used to sneaking about and doing crappy things with people.
Black sheep of the family. You might need to be a bit more specific. Like, what exactly you're trying to invoke with this guy? Like, you're using.
I'm just trying to get him go. I'm just trying to sort of get him past the point of panicking.
Okay.
There's also desperate former aristocrat, so I could have some
Okay.
authoritative tone there.
I'll give that kind of to you a little bit. So you're using your aristocratic sort of know-how to be like, yeah. So he's gonna realize that you're more well dressed than the other individual who is trying to assist him. He believes you are actually one of the more influential guests of that, and to avoid his employer's ire for not addressing the situation sooner, he will give a slight sigh and exit the security room, close the door behind him, and he's like, very well, I will go check. Please stay here. And then he will go to check in on what's going there.
Okay, that gives Bullet a chance to go in.
Yep. So,
He
Midas,
leaves,
are you going to stand watch, or are you going to go inside with him?
I'll keep watch, I think.
Okay, sure. So yeah, VI Bullet, you can go into the security room. You can start following the instructions that Abby gave you, and Phantom Bite will walk you through the steps on how to turn off the security outside of the vault, so it makes it easier to get in. And then yeah, Midas, you will just stand watch. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Matar. You have at least 3 security guards trying to dogpile you to put the remaining flames out. So I want you... Are you going to resist, or are you going to let them dogpile you?
I'll try to dodge them away and find a place that causes most gas. Can I also use visions to see where I might need to run to cause the most problem?
So technically this is almost combat, but not quite. So you'd be able to use one of your abilities and then see if that would be efficient enough to avoid anything. So what ability are you thinking of using?
Well, I assume if they want to catch me, they need to fight, so I can can dodge anyway. So if I remember correctly, this is main path, right?
Yes.
Alright, I want to run into that direction. If possible, if they don't catch me, I want to jump right into showers, drunk and accidentally tripping and falling into crashing, causing, I don't know, water implosion or whatever.
Okay, so to avoid getting caught, a fight is contested against physique. So you need to roll your physique, and I'll have them roll their fight.
Wait, if they fight, I can use notice because I can close combat dodge it because...
Yeah, as an alternative, you can use notice instead of your physique. So I want you to roll notice once. And if any
Okay.
of them roll higher than you, then at least one of them will pin you. And I gotta take a look at the stats.
Which is
I gave
fun
this
because
one.
it goes +8, +3, that's +11. So
Yeah, the likelihood of them catching you is pretty slim.
how does the modifier work? Plus that would be +8. So 8 + 3, that's oh god.
8 plus 3, yeah, so that's 11. So yeah, you just need to roll once, and then I'm gonna see if they can beat your 11, which is not likely. They did not. You easily get past all three of them and jump into the bathroom. Two of them will follow. We'll say the other one is helping the head of security up. So yeah, you're in the bathroom right now, and they're trying to like wrangle you out of the bathtub, but you turn on the water and you're just like too wet and slippery to get out of the bathtub. So yeah. Meanwhile,
Wait, so
VI
Snakes, can I
Bullet.
like
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
yeah, like try to break something, so like break some pipes so the water starts like spraying everything around. Cause
We're gonna
more.
say that you at least have the bathtub on and it's
It's
spraying
fine.
spraying
it's fine.
enough
I'm in
water.
there.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to break anything because it's working quite well already. So
Yeah,
yeah,
works.
VI Bullet, Phantom Bite will tell you the outer security for the vault is down, and the next step is for you to go to the home office, plug in that USB port that he gave you or USB stick, and then he can provide you the passcode to get into the vault. So you're all done in the security
Oh
room.
God.
Gotcha. All right. I quickly make my way out then. All right, we're heading to
Okay,
the home
there's a
office.
security guard in the way.
Okay. So are you heading straight to the home office?
I don't see why not, unless you want to stick around for the security to get back.
How do we get through to the home office? It looks like you have to go out to the front porch to
We're
get
not
there.
going to play around with that. We're just going to say you guys head to the home office.
We straight up walk through the walls.
Yeah, you're basically here now.
No clip.
So essentially what you see is like a single security guard standing in front of two double doors. He sees you approach. He puts up a hand, walks towards you. He's like, sorry, this is off limits. I need you to go back into the foyer, please.
I'm going to try the panic routine again. There's
I will. Is there like a help
there's a man.
action?
He's tried to burn down the front porch. He's knocked out the chief of security. He's in the bathroom. He's setting fire to that. There's you got to sort it out.
So this guard is going to be far less likely to fall for that routine. He's going to be like, we have 3 men on it already. That's more than enough to handle one individual. Please return to the foyer.
That was worth a try.
Snacks, is there any way for getting advantage to give him a bonus to that, or is there just no rolling for our deception?
At this point, there is no rolling for deception. This particular security guard knows what's going on already. He's aware that there's at least 3 men on top of it. He does not believe he is required or they need assistance because they have not radioed him to say so.
We had the teleporter here. I'm going to have to get him out of the way, aren't I?
What have you got?
Well, I can telekinesis him out the doors.
So you want to throw him out the front porch?
Yeah.
Okay. How much?
Not really what I want to do, but
Well, that's the thing. Like, how much damage would that do you think?
I don't know. All I know is that I can pick him up and throw him around, but
Mm-hmm.
the other thing to do is knock him from side to side until he gets knocked out.
There is that, yeah.
So +4 to will when attacking with telekinesis. My will is 4. So yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay. Well, I'll do you one better. So you notice that in this hallway there are several very expensive looking vases, possibly not replicas, but desperate times, desperate measures. You telekinetically lift one of these larger vases that are behind him without him noticing and drop it on his head,
Drop it off.
knocking him unconscious.
Okay.
So he's asleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I shall turn around to bullet. Good guards here.
You
Okay.
should have gone and joined the foyer. Or gone and joined in the foyer.
Yeah.
I don't know my accent anymore.
It's fine. All right, so you're in the home office. You take the USB stick, plug it into the computer. Phantom Bite says he is in. So all he needs you guys to do now is find the vault. When you find the vault, let him know, and he will provide you the passcode to put into the keypad.
Am I supposed to
Right.
leave the USB in there?
Yes, that's the only way for him to remain connected.
Gotcha.
You can come back for it
You
later
leave.
if you have time. But yeah, he has to remain connected to the computer to do anything.
We just
Right.
need to make our way over that way.
All
And we
right.
have to knock that guy out, probably.
So we're going to go back to Matar, and then we'll come back to you guys after that. So Matar, you are just covered in water, completely drenched. We got 2 security guards attempting to catch you. They've kind of given up on that at this point because you're just too slippery. So one of the guys takes out a taser gun to try and just knock you unconscious. You being covered in water, probably not a good thing. So he's going to try and shoot you with a taser.
He's gonna scream and try to like wrestle it out of his hands. Are you out of your mind? But yeah, he's probably gonna shoot before you.
All right, so
Reaches.
so you are going to have to roll for fight for this then, because this is melee combat. So I want you to roll your fight, and he'll roll his physique.
My heart is weak. Don't do it.
He got a 4. So yeah, you go like, my heart is weak, police, and you push his hand into the trigger, and it immediately shocks you right in the chest. It's like right close up, and you go, and because of the water, because you're drenched and you're holding onto his hand, both conduct
No.
very well together, and I'm gonna get you to. You are gonna, because you're superpowered, you're gonna take stress from this. So it's gonna be 2 physical stress. So you mark off your 2 box.
Mm-hmm.
And the guard who you grabbed onto with your wet hand is now unconscious because of the electrical current. So now the
He's
other
gonna scream and
guard.
continue running.
So now the other guard attempts to pepper spray you instead.
All right.
Let's get you to roll your notice for that.
If it's close range, yeah, but like athletics, if he's shooting, so depends on how you rule it.
Yeah, so he's shooting. So it's going to be shoot versus your notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's shooting, so athletics, I guess, because it's only
Yeah.
fighting.
Exactly.
3.
Athletics is a 3. He got a 4. So he gets you right in the face with the mace.
Oh boy.
Your eyes are swelling. They are burning. The air starts to feel like you can't breathe properly. And the guard tackles you to the ground. You're going to take another 1 physical stress. So you mark off your 1 box.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now the guard has got his knee on your neck and is attempting to zip tie your hands together.
All right.
So yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. And now back to Midas and VI. So you guys are succeeding so well. Your friend, however, you hear just like, my nice! All of a sudden he turns German. He's like, ach, my lemon! He just starts swearing.
This distraction's not going to last forever. Let's move.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys
Okay,
make your
so-
way to the hallway here.
Portico.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
have to deal with another guard who is standing watch. He's got his 2 fingers to his ear, going, what? You gotta be kidding me. And then he immediately sees you 2 show up. It's like, puts his hand up. It's like, can I help you with something?
I'm going to read his mind to see if I can figure out where the vault is.
So, okay. So roll for will.
So, well, I think it's investigate. If I'm trying to
Investigate. Oh
figure out
yeah.
what it's,
Whatever you
yeah.
roll for that. Yeah.
I prefer will, to be honest, but
Mhm.
hey, 3.
3. Okay.
Nice.
So you're kind of gleaning his surface thoughts. You know it's in the garage. You know it's hidden somewhere. There's like some kind of switch in the wall somewhere, but you can't really make out exactly where from his thought process because this isn't a guard that normally goes into the vault with the owner. He's just someone they hired for this party. So,
Okay. So we're looking for a switch.
yeah, switch of some kind. So, what do you want to do with this guy?
I don't suppose there are any
Panic,
handy vases, are there?
Nope, no vases here this time.
panic
Oh,
from scene
God.
number 3.
I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Look, a distraction.
No, I'm just going to telekinesis straight up and bang his head on the ceiling.
Okay, so yeah, he puts his hand up to stop you. You immediately just like use your telekinesis and go right against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets knocked out conscious.
Okay. I don't think we've got much longer. Run down, down the stairs.
All right, so inside the garage is typical of any two-door garage. You've got a single white SUV in there. There's several tools and saws hanging off the wall. You see a workbench with a clamp. You see a table saw as well with what looks to be a makeshift chair, very poorly put together. Looks like someone's making an attempt to make something to sit on, but you're not entirely sure if it's a chair, a couch, or what. But yeah, not the best woodworking. Outside of that, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary, to be honest with you. If you want to both roll investigate, you might be able to find a clue.
Luckily, we have a detective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say, don't we both have the
luckily.
same modifier? We both have +3s.
Right.
Yeah, both have +3, but I'll roll -2.
So
That's fair.
yeah, Midas is checking the floor. You're checking.
I'm looking at this chair. You'd
Yeah.
think they'd get a better woodworker in it, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. There's like a lot of like just bent nails just like on the corners to keep the legs together. It looks like whoever tried to put this together has no idea what a hammer is. How do you
This chair is an allegory for the city. Just barely keeping together.
And you hear like a distant crack of thunder as he says that. That's odd. It's a sunny day out. Where'd that come from? Anyway, so yeah, VI Bullet, you are checking the wall on the tools there, and you notice that one of the hammers is kind of like stuck to it. So you kind of like are fiddling with it, and you turn it upwards, and you hear a kunk, and there is a seam on the floor that begins to open slightly. It's about maybe 4 or 5 feet across, and the cement floor begins to open in the center of the garage and looks to lead down a stone staircase, or I should say a cement staircase, and the lights just kind of go like blink, 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 all the way down the staircase. It looks maybe about 20 feet below the surface of this garage. So when you guys head down there, you see off in the distance a vault, but in front of the vault, you see several lasers that are kind of crisscrossing each other in a considerable speed. Now, these lasers look to be actual lasers, like ones that could cut your skin. You notice that because there is burned marks or burned lines into the walls and the floor of the front of this vault, showing these lasers just kind of like cutting through the metal floor as they crisscross through it. So if you had someone that were able to maybe had high athletics, or I don't know, could use shadow, you might be able to get past these lasers. But this
Or
could be a
just
bit.
run through them, but
Yeah.
But we can't.
I mean, we do technically have that ability because I'll just use my one thing, Pacifist Aura.
Mhm.
You can turn up your healing power to such a point it's almost impossible for people to get hurt in your presence. Everyone in your zone gets armor 6. So any damage we take would be reduced by 6.
That's good. Okay. Considering your high regenerative partner is busy at the moment, who wants to volunteer to run through that?
Well, we both have armor 6 right now.
Okay.
Oh god.
I have an athletics of 0.
I have.
However, have a physique
0
of
as well.
1.
hold on. Why don't you telekinesis like blow him real fast inside?
Yeah, just
Like,
throw me through and we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay.
I hold on to my hat.
Yeah.
I mean, his name is Bullet, so you know.
Yeah. Yes.
That doesn't mean I'm
literally-
fast as a speeding bullet.
Right. Do you want me to roll for this?
Yes,
will
so
do.
you're going to basically try and predict where the lasers are going to end up and avoid that for him.
Okay.
So you would most likely need to roll something that provides you foresight.
Can we do investigation on that?
Well, let's take a look at what
Notice.
your character can do. Yeah, you could roll for notice because you have basically a passive ability of like telekinesis and gleaning the thoughts of people. You will say that you're able to calculate maybe to the best of your ability where these lasers are going to end up because you're noticing a pattern. So if you roll a high enough notice, we can add that to VI Bullet's defense score as he gets.
Okay. I roll
lost.
3.
You rolled a 3. All right. So effectively, we're going to say that's an average. So VI Bullet, you're fine with being tossed through the laser grid, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, wait, can we talk to what's his face to get these disabled, or are these just extras that can't be disabled?
These were extras that cannot be disabled. If you talk to
Just want to make
Phantom-
sure we're not being stupid.
Right, you're not being stupid because Phantom Bite says he didn't expect this to be in place. He thought all the power was cut to the vault. This is something different. It must be on a different power grid. So you have to find a way to get past it. So yeah, you're not being stupid. You can do it this way if you wish. So you are going to roll for athletics for me, please. And we're going to add the notice to that so he can guide you through the laser grid.
Gotcha. Can I argue for physique? Because we're basically just trying to eat hits if anything gets through.
You are effectively a projectile, so no.
Okay,
You
so
mean a bullet?
Ha-ha! Living
I'm
up to your
so
name.
fucking dead. Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
1 + 3, so 4.
So what I was going to do for you is we've got the notice to steady you. We've got the athletics for you to attempt to kind of like squeeze your body in certain areas to not get hit by the lasers. So, and you got +6 armor. So I'm going to give you a plus. I'll be generous. I'll give you a +8. I'll give you the average. So a 3 and a 1 is a 2. So you get +8 to your armor on this. These lasers deal 6 damage. So
Jeez.
you're in luck because you have an armor of 8 essentially, and they do 6. So you get through, we're going to say, physically unscathed. I cannot say the same for your trench coat and hat, however. We're going to say that you get through easily enough, but when you stand up, your hat just kind of splits down the middle and falls off to the side on either side. So it kind of got sliced off the top. And your
I still
trench
hold on to my
coats-
hat pieces.
Yeah, and your trench coat's got a few cuts in it, a few burns, but other than that, you are physically intact still.
How am I supposed to stay dry in this rain?
Just
Without
incredible.
my hat.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
All
I
right.
move forward. Can I disable these lasers so my buddy can get through, or is it just
Yeah, so we'll say that Phantom Bite will give you the passcode. You pop it into the keypad, the lasers turn off, and the vault, you hear sort of like an internal, just like and it opens up a little bit slightly there. So the vault is now slightly ajar.
Of all the passcodes, I never would have guessed 1111.
It's actually 1112. The password just changed.
All right, so we're going to leave you guys at that for the moment. I'm going to return to Matar. Matar, you are being essentially cuffed. I'm assuming you're resisting as well for this?
Yep.
Okay, let's get you to roll. He is going to roll a fight, and you're going to roll your physique to try and retch free.
Oh, you mean notice?
Or notice, yes.
Oh, go 11 again.
Ooh.
Yeah, he got a 3. So you succeed with style. You managed to retch free of his grip, and the ties, the plastic ties around your hands aren't completely on yet. So you managed to break those free. And where are you going? Are you making a beeline somewhere?
Okay, so because I'll be leaving in like 5 minutes, I just want to make sure. So the plan is to run outside, and if they try to follow, I sent my musician friends to fight them. So while they're fighting, I'm gonna evade into the city suburbs or wherever we are.
Okay, so we're going to just basically wrap up your character's arc here and say yes, you retch free, you go screaming out the front door, and then what remains of the security detail will follow, but they will be stopped by your gypsy friends who will just try to sell them more stoves and furniture as they try and put the furniture in their way and they kind of trip over. So yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Beautiful.
Okay, so back to you two. The vault is now open.
Get the case. Get the case.
Yeah. Get it open and get the case.
All right.
Get the fuck out.
So you open up the door. Inside of it is a metal table. Well, I'll say several metal tables. The one in the center has the metal briefcase. On the sides is piles of money, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. So are you just going to grab the case, or are you going to pocket some cash as well?
Job safe, just
logical
get the
thing to
case.
do.
I don't care about the money.
Okay.
Money is the source of all evil in this city. And I see the source of all the money.
So Midas, do you take a handful of cash, or you're going to leave it?
That's going to be very tempting, isn't it? I should roll something.
Like a resistance.
Like a will check
Like
or
a
something?
will check. Yeah, roll a will check, because that's basically like controlling your urge. Yeah.
Disappointingly.
There's a lot of money here. Like, you could do quite a bit with that, to be honest. What's a few, like, maybe just like one bundle? That's like, $10,000. They won't miss that, right?
No, they won't, will they?
No, of course not.
No, it fits in my pocket quite well. I don't mind touching that.
Yeah, fair. All right, so you pocket about 10 bills, and you guys head out with the briefcase. We're going to say that you easily get out. However, you're not sure what has happened with Matar. Do you want to check in on him before you leave?
I'll try.
The sound thing.
I was going to say, I'll try relaying to him and see if he responds.
So, yeah, they'll say that they have the briefcase. They're on their way out. Matar, what do you say?
They hear, again, the music that they heard before, and he's probably in some bar with his musician friends drinking to celebrate the success.
That was fast.
My man can teleport to the bar. That's his third superpower.
No, he's carrying bar with himself, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah. The gypsy band is literally just like a mobile bar as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, they already have all the furniture and the instruments. Of course they're going to have alcohol with them.
Of course, you can't work without that.
All right. So, yeah, you hear like a raucous laughter in the background and some like fiddle playing. Is like, I'm just making up words because I don't know how to speak in your language, but they're just like cheering. They're just cheering in some foreign language, and you're just like, well, I guess he's having a good time, so you guys can leave. Yep.
Yeah, how can we leave?
Do we need to get the USB or are we fine?
It's up to you.
We don't need it.
I'd rather not stick behind with the briefcase, so if you want to go in there and pluck it, we can. Otherwise, we should just bail.
We're going to bail.
All right, you guys bail. So you guys head out with the briefcase. You have successfully passed the mission, and you are going to meet up with. You're going to meet up at the Salisbury House, the diner, so you can hand over the briefcase to one of the neighborhood watch members. So when you return to the diner, you notice it's closed because they closed early for the day. However, Ira, the line cook, is waiting at the main entrance and unlocks the door to let you in. He then leads you to the rear of the diner, past the kitchen to a large freezer door. Inside is a hidden latch in the floor that leads to a basement. When you enter the basement, you first notice a wooden table with various pictures of people, places, and the city map. In front of the table is a large corkboard with colored strings wrapped around pinned images of more people and city locations. In front of you is a small computer setup with CCTV cameras showing various parts of the city. In the computer chair, it looks to be the same kid that handed you the note and introduced himself as Phantom Bite back at Rakuru Heights. It looks like he was in the middle of playing a video game where he was riding a giant yellow dinosaur with rockets on its back. When he hears you enter, he tosses the controller onto the desk in front of him and turns around. Hey, it's the Dynamic Destroyers, the City Saviors, Venture City's Victors. How'd things go? You get the case?
That is not our name, and my men need to be paid.
What?
But yes, we got the
What
case.
men?
And yes, we do have the kid.
Okay, so yeah, Phantom
you
Bite
sound
would be
like
like, wait, hold on. What men? Like, we hired the three of you. Who else was there?
Well, I heard some friends and family that's used as a support. Also, you want to buy some furniture, I think they would appreciate it.
We don't... He just kind of like pinches his nose. I'll ask Abby. Anyway, you got the case, yeah?
I
It's
plunked
okay.
the case onto the table.
All right. She's going to be so happy. I'll let her know right now. So yeah.
What's in this thing anyway?
To be honest, Abby wouldn't even tell me, but I'm sure if you guys do a couple more jobs, she'll probably let you know what's up. But for now, we'll just give you your payment, and you guys can be on your way. We'll be in contact later if we need you again. But you did a good job. I'm sure Abby would be very impressed.
Great. And our name is not Dynam, whatever that was.
So what do I call you then?
God.
I don't know. I was thinking about the name, Mitar and Company. Idiots on the block. Walking instigators of natural disaster. I think last one is used, so.
That last one sounds incredibly stupid.
I know. Who would name? You need to have point ears to say something like that.
Phantom Bite will just shake his head. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Have you ever heard of meta joke?
Phantom Bite is like, I played this game one time with like a group of a clan I was part of in WoW. They had like a group of these like 3 elves and 1 orc that just made their own clan. It was really weird. I think they called themselves Win. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that, but yeah, I think the name's taken.
I do not
Well, in the
understand
meantime, let's get paid and get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, yeah, no problem. And he just like tosses an envelope of cash on the counter. He's like, should be enough to get you guys covered for at least a couple weeks. Also, Iris said that in case you guys need any breakfast, free of charge here. With purchase of coffee,
nice.
of course.
Oh,
The
nice.
booze
Yeah.
included.
Yeah.
That doesn't help that my usual breakfast is just coffee.
Yeah.
And I need to drink. Is the booze included?
We don't have a bar here. This is a diner. Sorry.
Yeah, Ben.
I'd like to roll a resource check to just pull out, what was it that you like, plum vodka or whatever it was?
Yeah, plum
Stivalets
brandy.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, plum brandy from my jacket and just hand you the shot of it.
Just like it's like an alchemy jug, but for like modern.
Poro, you are my best friend in this godforsaken country.
Whatever you say, metal.
He takes a swam shares.
Perfect.
Okay. When we leave Phantom's area,
Hmm.
Vital, how much did your
Yes.
band cost? How much did your band cost?
The what?
Your
Your
distraction.
friend, your
Oh.
distraction.
It's not too much, For what we paid, it was $50 for furniture, $20 for musicians, $10 for the other things, including the stove. I figure in $10 for tip, $100 for my friends. You also get,
I don't. I
discounts
don't.
for
I don't have
furniture.
any. I don't have any change that small. I have 1,000.
They will appreciate it. So I figured they will send you furniture on your home address if if you want some.
I'm not really sure I have a home address at the moment, but
Yeah, when we get some place for us, I guess we can use it.
yeah. Time to
Is
find.
VI Bullet the only one with like a house and shit?
Well, Mitar
I
also
think,
has
I've got some scummy apartment.
That's fair.
Yeah, anyway, folks, I gotta leave, so GG's, great game, and see
Yeah.
you next week.
Good game, man.
Okay,
Have a
dokie.
good night.
Later.
Good night.
That's
Oh,
honestly,
so, man.
we are having a shorter session than I thought because I expected you guys to spend more time on it, but that's what I had for today essentially. So basically your characters are going to reconvene at the Salisbury house the next day. Abby will get in contact you with another job after she's taken a look at the contents of the briefcase. She may or may not let you know what exactly is going on. And then from there, we'll take it to the next session. So, yeah, good job.
I can't wait for it to be discovered that it's just a very embarrassing photo of her from a Christmas party.
I mean, you never know. I've done sillier things in the past, so.
That is true. That is true.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, guys. And I'll let the other guys know that we wrapped up a bit early. And then we're going to do the next session same time next Saturday.
Gotcha.
Same
Hopefully I will
channel.
be available.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right. Have a
Okay.
good night. Later, guys.
Bye.
GG.
Bye.